reports we've seen over the last couple of days, our view is that sound and technically credible theories should be thoroughly evaluated by international experts. And yes, there have been a range of reports, but a fact sheet issued by the previous administration on January 15th, which I think there's been a lot of focus on, did not draw any conclusions regarding the origins of the coronavirus. So our view is that, yes, there are a range of views. We welcome the range of views throughout the administration. There still needs to be an international investigation. We need Chinese cooperation in order to provide data, in order to be transparent about what happened on the ground. We all want to see that outcome. There are a lot of good questions we have the Chinese should answer, and that's where our primary focus is on.
Intelligence apparatus that's much greater, ideally, than the rest of the world. I mean, wouldn't there naturally be quite a curiosity within the Biden administration that this could have come from a lab in Wuhan? I mean, it's, nearly 600,000 people here have died, and the president has shown an enormous amount of empathy for that. But should this be the cause, it would seem that the United States would want to put some of its intelligence firepower onto that question.
Well, I think, Annie, as you're not a public health expert, I assume, neither am I think we need access to the underlying data. We need access to the information that the Chinese government has in order to make a determination through the international bodies that would do this investigation. And that's something we've called for many, many times. And we've pressed with our international partners for the WHO to support an expert-driven evaluation of the pandemic's origins. We would certainly participate in that with all of our resources from the United States. But given it was an international pandemic, yes, it's killed, as you said, more than 500,000 people here in the United States, killed hundreds of thousands more around the world. We're going to do that in coordination with our international partners, continue to press the Chinese to release that data and information and play a constructive role in the second phase of the investigation.
To ask you about a phenomenon known as...
the giggle gives away, I don't know what this question is. We'll see.
So I've already ruined it here. But this is quite a serious issue. There are these unrecognized objects in U.S. airspace that are also known as unidentified aerial phenomenon, I understand. And I wanted to see, there's a DNI report that I understand is going to be released soon. Can the Biden administration commit to releasing it in full?
Well, that would be for a decision by the Department of National Intelligence to make. As you noted, we're aware of the report requirement, and our team at the Office of the Director of National Intelligence is, of course, actively working on that report. And we take reports of incursions into our airspace by any aircraft, identified or unidentified, very seriously and investigate each one. But ODNI would be working on that report, and in terms of disclosure, that would be up to them.
I guess in all seriousness, though, can you characterize the president's concerns about these phenomena? I mean, it is this concept of objects in U.S. airspace that are either origin from other nations or other entities, but what is the concern of the president that this phenomenon seems to occur in the national security apparatus?
Well, I think broadly speaking, the fact that we have a team that's actively working on a report, certainly the safety of our personnel, security of our operations, our airspace are of paramount concern, whether that is identified or unidentified aircraft. And we don't discuss that publicly for a range of reasons, but certainly the president supports the ODNI putting together a report and following through on that commitment. Go ahead.
On housing, today we saw that sales of new homes declined in April by more than analysts had expected, in part because of rising prices, because of the increasing cost of materials like lumber. Does the administration have concerns about what it's seeing in the housing market, in particular, both in the new homes and existing, and sort of the bidding war environment that's existing for a lot of existing homes right now, and what it can mean for the broader economy?
Sure. Well, first let me say, for some middle-class families, I know not the ones you referenced, their home is their primary source of wealth. So the financial effects that some are feeling are positive. That said, the increase in housing prices we've seen does raise concern. Many people, you can ask that question. On the first, the president oversees and directs his team as it relates to what he wants to see on negotiations, what kind of proposals he wants to see, and he signed off on the proposal that was put forward on Friday, which he felt, and we all felt, was a reasonable counteroffer, given it brought the price tag down by $550 billion. But this is an ongoing negotiation. We're eager to see what the Republicans propose or what their counterproposal looks like, and it sounds like we're going to see that in the next few days. Go ahead.
If Congress does not pass legislation to create a January 6th commission, does the president want to create his own presidential commission to look at the events of that day?
Well, we're not quite there. There have been Republicans who have come out over the past several days and conveyed their support or their openness to discuss